Hey, this is Sean, the What's Up Dude. We are over here in Naperville Settlement in Naperville, Illinois, and we're gonna film some cool stuff and have some fun. This is Sean, the What's Up Dude. Right, and we are at the front entrance, Naperville Settlement. We're gonna go ahead and head inside the building.
Some moments are more significant than we realize. These moments become stories. Stories of triumph. Of tragedy.
Wreckage of Midwest America's worst train disaster litters the tracks in Illinois.
October 18, 1918. I went home with the flu.
Right now in Illinois, COVID-19 cases on the rise. The state is now averaging more than 3,100 cases a day.
Of transformation.
It's truly a wonder more wood people do not come out here.
Talk to people now and you say you've lived here since the 40s and they think you're old Naperville, but I know better. I'm new Naperville.
Of resilience.
It was a time of change, and we did change. The whole world changed, in fact, as far as I'm concerned. And I watched it change. And Naperville started changing.
Of growth.
Looking to live in one of the best cities in the U.S., Naperville.
Naperville. A western suburb just made the top 5 best cities to live in America.
Belonging to some place and being a true melting pot brought Naperville as a home to me.
The past is all around us, shaping our present and impacting our future. An individual's story can transcend their own lives, becoming the foundations of history.
It is my earnest hope and desire that the home in which I lived be preserved as a museum.
But stories can be lost. For over 50 years, a dedicated group of community volunteers at the Naperville Heritage Society worked in partnership with the city to perform the vital work of preserving and presenting local history. Behind the scenes, our staff carefully preserves the artifacts and stories of Naperville families so they are available for future generations.
This is Mary Ann Golden interviewing Miss Ruth Gammertsfelder, May 23, 1977.
Welcome to Naperville Settlement.
And here we are inside Naperville Settlement, and we're gonna explore the different facilities that they have here and different buildings to learn about history. inside of the printing shop. And right here, this is the inside of what a printing shop would look like. My grandpa used to work at Total Works in Chicago, and he did some printing work as well. So it's interesting to see the old-fashioned way of doing that. Here we're going to be going into the stone carving building, and we'll see what they do in there. Right here, there's a couple of stones and some of the tools they would use to create some of these gravestones and different things for the area to decorate. Fire department. A couple of facts about the fire department. We'll get a snapshot of these so you can read a little more. And right here you got the old hoses, some pictures of firefighters, and some of the tools they would use. And this is one of the what would be a fire truck, but they use them kind of like a wagon pole. And that's the fire alarm bell. And then they would attach the hoses and take care of the fires. Just some information on the firehouse, and right now also the church bell, which is right here. And next we are headed over to the garden area. We'll show you the garden and show you what they are growing for this season. It's the Pawpaw Gardens. Walk through and see all the flowers. This is the rest of the garden here. This is the cistern. So rainwater's collected and they use an electric pump. And this is a cistern right here, so you can pump water out of this. If you do need to use the bathrooms, this building right here is where you would go, and they do have a ATM as well. And here we're headed inside the log house. Here is the log house that we're going to head into now. So you can come in here and touch some of the artifacts they have. An old bed. An old wood fireplace. So a couple things about this. People would use tools to clean their clothes. Children would carry water. They would have old-fashioned tools to toast their bread. And they had a butter churner, which is that one right there. And some of the toys that children played with are in here as well. Here we have the meeting house. This is the house of worship that they would come into, and they would have a church service in here. This is the front entrance of the meeting house, so we're going to head inside and take a look. And here we are at the meeting house, and you'd have the worship and praise team. They would be up there, and the pastor would preach here as well. And you can see there is a balcony area. Right here we have the Naperville Heights House. Was built in Washington Street in the 1950s. It was later rented as a residence. The building was moved to Naperville Settlement in 1986. Most of the Naperville early settlers were farmers. All right, and this is about moving west and what they would have packed to make the move. And this is the wagon they would have transported their stuff and their families on. We'll walk up here and see what we can find. And you can go into the wagon and see what's inside. A little toasty in here though, because it is hot outside. And this is where you would sit down and you would enjoy the ride, and you would travel to the west. Here, this is the trading post, so if you have children, you would want to come here. They have an adventure area with slides and cool things to experience. And also on a hot day, we'll head over and we have a splash area. But you can come here and water will sparkle out. And if you don't mind getting wet, you can come here and splash around. So it's hot outside, so I got my hair a little wet. So if you get hot out here, this is the place to come because it's nice and cool. All right, and this is a theater experience. Herman and Anna Hagman Memorial Thresher Hall. We'll head inside and see what they got. Right here, we do have some interactive displays where you can hear audio and hear from.
Good day. I'm John, and I am a farmer here in Naperville in 1948. Farming is my business, and I have hired enough hands to do the work. Please ask me about agriculture and how it keeps changing to meet the growing needs of America. I'm Joseph, the best person here to tell you all you need to know about threshing. It's 1925, and I work as a farmhand, traveling from farm to farm during the season to bring in the grain. That's right. Always on the move. We sleep in the hayloft and eat what's given to us at the threshing dinners. You can ask me all about the work, what threshing is and how it's done, as well as what my day-to-day is like as a farm worker in 1925.
So these stations here, you can ask questions about farming and threshing.
Agriculture is a history of humans and their tools. From stones to plants, humans remade the natural world to serve their needs and expand their settlements. This machine, a circa 1912 Wood Brothers thresher, was part of this process. For thousands of years, humans harvested crops in the field with long blades called sickles. After allowing it to dry, workers used used a flail to separate the grain from the straw in a process called threshing. To complete the task, winnowing baskets use the wind to blow light straw while the heavier grain remains. This threshing process took many people a lot of hard work and time to complete.
In the back of my mind, deep down in my soul, running through a cornfield, running through a hayfield, I could see it clear as day. And the games we would play to the end of the day.
And right here we do have Gold Star Gardens. These decorated raised garden beds were created by Ali Gardens, a non-for-profit committed to addressing food insecurity in our community by sharing fresh produce and providing education on nutritious food choices. So these are the gardens that are raised. So you can get a good view here. And we're about to walk into the halfway house. Everyone had to work hard on Naperville family farms. So we'll get a tour of what an old house looked like during these settlement ages. And now we are walking out to the smokehouse. So this is where they would smoke the meat for their families and have some good food cooking. And I'm sure that if this was real food right now, we'd smell something yummy, because everybody loves a good barbecue. All right, and this is the farm cellar, and you can go down and take a look and see what's down here. Here's the doors, and the stairs are a little steep, so be careful. Right here we do have another garden area. So if you love flowers, they have a ton of beautiful things to see. And right here we do have the Daniels house. Naperville's Dr. Hamilton C. Daniels treated patients at his home and medical office. So we're gonna see if we can go inside, and if not, we'll take some photos of the outside. Right here we do have the Copenhagen Schoolhouse from the 1890s. Children in rural Naperville learn their lessons in one-room schoolhouses. This is the schoolhouse right here.
Do you like fresh fish? It's just fine at Finney's Diner. Finney also had some fresher fish.
And right here, these are the Gold Star Gardens again. There's 4 more donated by non-for-profit Ali Gardens. So a Gold Star family member is the immediate family of a military or first responder who was unalived in active service to our country or community. So we thank you for that, and we get to enjoy these beautiful creations. And right here we do have the carriage house, so this is where they would store the horses at. We'll get a peek at this building here. Right now it's closed, but sometimes I'm sure you can go inside and check it out. And there's a couple cool statues over here. Right here we have a werewolf with some skulls on the bottom, and it looks like Death, or the Grim Reaper, on top of skulls. Creepy looking statue here. Not sure if these are intended for like a Halloween thing they do here and they just store them, but they are definitely interesting to take a look at. Right here, this is the mansion, and we can take photos of the outside, but no videoing on the inside. And we're gonna take a look and see what we can find in here. Over there, if you want to take a relaxing sit down in a gazebo. And we're headed over to the chapel. Some people actually have their weddings here, and we're gonna head inside and take a look and see how beautiful this place is. We are headed to the main entryway of the church. And this is the inside of this old-fashioned church, pew style. Right here, this is Century Memorial Chapel. Century Memorial Chapel was originally known as St. John's Episcopal Church, formerly located at Jefferson and Ellsworth in downtown Naperville. It was the first building relocated to Naper Settlement on June 17th, 1970. And sometimes they use this for different reasons. Sometimes they have services and weddings. This is the Preemption House. Travelers and locals stop by the Preemption House Hotel and Tavern. So we're gonna go ahead and head inside and see what's in here. And inside of here, this is almost like a museum in itself. So we're gonna take a look at a couple things that they have here. When I go to the Naper Gallery, this a front room from the 1800s, what it would have looked like. And this is just about consumer education and different things that people used to buy. So people feel strongly that their furniture reflects their personalities. It bears mute testimony to their taste. It signals their financial status, and they are aware that they use furniture to judge other people on their scores. They believe that other people do the same thing. They feel that they themselves are judged by their furniture. The Kroller Report, 1958. And here, this is about the color revolution. And they had TV in color, and theaters had movies in color. And here you can change the color of your furniture and have different shades. So people experimented with colors and changed designs inspired by colored pictures and movies. It brought a new glamour. This is a Roaring 20s city apartment. This is a Mission Modern 1914. So some of these, this is just information about the miniature rooms that I was showing. And Selling the Future, 4 Generations of Furniture, 1965. Kroller partnered with DuPont for a series of 6 miniature rooms designed by famed miniaturist E.J. Kupchak. Right here we do have some advertising. Once TVs hit the airwaves, lots of advertising on there, and it changed how we see things. Back here, this is an old style tavern with an old-fashioned cash register as well. Right here we have Heading to the New Frontier. And some artifacts from the prairie. Little video on Naperville settlement right here, and hearing from the settlers. This is a reenactment of some of the things that they had to go through. So stationed through here, there's videos that you can listen to hear about what's going on in the Naperville settlement during those times. And this is a look back at the YMCA. This is a little bit about the uniformed soldiers of Naperville. A little bit more information about Naperville YMCA. And if you open the door, you'll see old photography of the different times. The church. It's on Naperville settlement that we already saw. So there's a lot of information that you can find from this little museum that they have about different agriculture and life on the prairie that people used to have to deal with. Please like, share, and subscribe so that I can explore new areas and go to more places in the